Okay, this is a few hints about getting started with your project for 7.2. So this is exploration 7.2, which is graphs of cosecant, secant, and cotangent. So I'm starting here with a table for sine, and I wanted to explain a few things. You know that the sine of 0 is 0, the sine of pi is 0, the sine of 2 pi is 0, and that their sine has all of its zeros at the multiples of pi. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So if you want to put this in your calculator, you're putting 1 divided by sine and then whatever the angle is. Now, if the value of sine at these multiples of pi is 0, the reciprocal of 0 is 1 over 0, which is undefined. Okay, so at every multiple of pi, you're going to have an undefined. All right, this other numbers are very straightforward. You just find the value of sine and take the reciprocal. Of course, the reciprocal of -1, the sine of negative 5 pi over 2 is -1, and the reciprocal of -1 is -1. So anywhere that sine is 1, its reciprocal, cosecant, is 1. And anywhere that sine is -1, its reciprocal, cosecant, is also -1. Okay. So here, I've gotten started with the graph of cosecant. And what I've done here is I first, in just a dotted, very light line, graphed sine. Okay? And then anywhere that the sine is 0, cosecant is undefined. So I put the vertical asymptotes everywhere that sine is 0. All right? And then here, where sine is 1, the reciprocal of 1 is 1. So that point is shared by both the sine graph and the cosecant graph. Okay? Now, on the graph paper, I labeled each one of these blocks is worth 0.2. All right, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1. Therefore, the next block up is 1.2 and then 1.4. And so therefore the reciprocal of sine is 0.7, its reciprocal is 1.4, it's here and here. And likewise, when cosecant is -1, when the sine is -1, its reciprocal is also -1. So here we've got the cosecant and the sine share the same point. And again, the reciprocal of 0.7, which is here, or -0.7, is -1.4. The reciprocal of 0.7 is -1.4. And so what's happening with sine, let's take a look over here. The smaller the number gets when you take its reciprocal, the bigger the number gets. And so as sine approaches 0, cosecant approaches positive infinity. All right, so you're going to have to finish that graph. All right, so here's some hints about tangent, okay? You know that cotangent is 1 over the tangent. Okay? So if you wanted to do it in your calculator, that's how you do it. But there's going to be even more problems. Tangent tangent is undefined at odd multiples of pi over 2. So how can the calculator find for you 1 divided by something that's undefined? Okay, so you're going to have some very difficult to comprehend results if you're only using your calculator and not using your brain. So here are some hints that is going to help you fill out this table. Okay, first of all, refer to the table or to your trig card for tangent. All right, tangent has zeros at all of the multiples of pi. All right, so the reciprocal of 0 is undefined, so therefore cotangent is undefined at all the multiples of pi. Tangent is undefined at all of the odd multiples of pi over 2. Well, the reciprocal of this undefined means that it's something divided by 0. Okay, well, if you take the reciprocal of something divided by 0, there you get 0. So therefore, cotangent has zeros at odd multiples of pi over 2. So when you're filling out your table, all of the multiples of pi are undefined. And all of the odd multiples of pi over 2, here are all 0. And of course the reciprocal of 1 is 1. So anywhere a cotangent was 1, it's anywhere tangent is 1, cotangent is also 1. Anywhere tangent was -1, cotangent is also -1. All right, I'm going to very briefly let you take a look at this graph. Okay, and so this is cotangent, and all of the multiples of pi are where the vertical asymptotes lie. Okay, all of the zeros are at odd multiples of pi over 2. Okay, here I've got those ones and the negative ones. And here we've got a curve that is going in the decreasing direction, and it looks a lot like tangent, but tangent is increasing. So we're going from negative infinity at the asymptote 0 to, from positive infinity at the asymptote 0 to negative infinity at the asymptote pi. This is concave down below the y-axis, the x-axis, and concave up above the x-axis. All right, finish up your projects.